welcome to Ben TV, this voice of the people. We are right here in Peckham, South East London. On the 4th of September 2015, a Mary Skipperton was killed right there by a lorry driver. Paramedic came to the scene, but unfortunately she died, according to police report. Today we hear that voice of the people, and Londoners are going to tell you exactly what their view on road safety.
Well, for me as a cyclist, I think it's very difficult to be a cyclist in London, to be fair. There's a lack of respect from many drivers, and I think overall I would say even it's important for even cyclists to be respectful in traffic and follow the rules and everything, so many people don't do it. And of course we as cyclists are much more vulnerable to anything, so drivers sometimes they don't really care if they hit you, or you will probably get much more hurt than maybe the car will be scratched, or anything. That's all. I myself was hit last week and I wasn't doing anything wrong, and the driver simply was driving away from me. He didn't even stop. So I think we just need more respect in traffic. Less people would get killed that way. So I think so too, and I think the government should play a big role in this as well. We need more cycling lanes. We need government to be more active. Otherwise, nothing is going to change. London is a big city with lots of traffic, but at the same time, there are loads of cyclists, and people are cycling more and more and more. So we do need more infrastructure for cyclists, I think.
Okay. Well, I think that one of the important things is that I think young people, sometimes teenagers, sometimes young adults, they want to catch a bus quickly. So I think sometimes they don't respect the road enough because their judgment is usually quite good. They think, I'll quickly cross over and catch the bus instead of crossing at the crossing. And so that's one thing I think is very important. And as it happens, my grandmother, many, many years ago, was knocked over and killed as she was crossing the road. So every day I think about that when I cross the road. And so that's what I think is important.
So do you think there should be more education on road safety in London?
I think that the young people need to be made very aware of the real consequences of taking a foolish risk, because the seriousness of what they do doesn't really cross their minds until something awful has happened. And then, of course, you don't want that awful thing to happen, So obviously the same thing applies to the drivers. But I myself haven't got a car, so I just see it from the pedestrian's point of view. But obviously the drivers need to respect that it's a built-up area, and therefore they should be very observant, and sometimes they may be using their mobile phone or whatever it is. So really full respect for the regulations, I think, is very important. Well, I think obviously for young people education is vital, but not just saying you should do this, but to say these are the things that can happen. But I think for older people, I don't think the older people need education because they're already aware of the dangers. They're already, a lot of them, frightened of crossing the road. So for them, it wouldn't be so much education. I think that could be assistance for people who really are not independent enough, not mobile enough to cross on their own. So they need some support to have somebody possibly cross the road with them. So that you could say that is some sort of education. But, well, I think it's good that many, many more people are interested in cycling. That's brilliant. And I think moves are being made in the right direction. I myself have started cycling again and I'm taking instruction. So I think it's not quite got there yet, because you do put your life in your hands if you go, say, into the Old Kent Road. And now I'm observing more closely cyclists. Some do this, some do this, some do this, and quite a lot don't do what I've now been instructed is essential to do, because you mustn't give mixed messages to drivers. You've got to be clear in saying, I am a cyclist, I have just as much right to be on the road, but equally not to take foolish risks.
Last Friday, we have a 76-year-old woman, Mary Stapleton, that was killed by a lorry. Today we're here talking to Londoners and asking them questions about what they feel about the road safeties.
I think there's a lot of hazards on the roads, like with the bikes as well. Obviously, a lot of people say that the bikes are getting damaged and like people are getting run over who are on the bicycles, but then 90% of the time I think it is the bikes that sometimes do cause the accidents, because I could be standing at a traffic light and it goes to a green man and I walk across the road, but the bike doesn't stop. The bike can just go. And now they've come out with a law that they're going to make it possible for bikes to jump traffic lights, which I don't think is right, because if we get knocked over, it's like you say, we can get blamed for us not looking, us not seeing people, but they should be seeing us first. We're the pedestrians and they should be looking out for us, not us looking out for them.
So as a young Londoner, do you think there should be more education on road safety?
Yeah, I do think there should be more awareness, and like for like today, like busy roads and stuff. I think there should be more people standing there, like lollipop ladies for school children and people who are coming out of school. Well, I think everyone should have that. It shouldn't just have to be for the younger children, because it's like the older generation. The 76-year-old woman got run over for just crossing a road. It wasn't her fault, and it's being blamed on us as pedestrians.
So if you have one advice to give to young Londoners, because we see so many times that young Londoners, like your age mate, they just go across the road, they don't wait for red light. What would that be? What would that message be to them?
Just look like, don't just walk across just because you see no cars, because there could be a car coming within seconds. You may think it'd be going 10 mile an hour, not even that, and it'd be speeding across, and then you'll be the one who will get the blame for it, and you'll be the one who'll be risking your life. So just look out.
Thank you. Friday, that's the fourth. Mary Stapleton was hit and killed. She's a 76-year-old woman right here in Peckham, and you're one of the eyewitnesses. Can you tell us how did you feel when you saw that?
Actually, it was really horrible. Like, I couldn't actually imagine something like that happening. It was really hard to see. It was like really terrible. I actually feel bad for her, like, because that was really, really bad. Yeah.
So, do you think that there should be more education on road safety, especially with children and young people? Because most times these are the vulnerable people that get killed on the road.
Yeah, obviously, I think there should be like more road safety in the road, because like in Peckham, like mostly because it's an ice street and it's always busy. Like maybe they should like put, maybe they should actually lower the speed limit. So actually, like people can walk safely, and also people should be aware that they shouldn't cross in the street like where the cars are. They should actually be crossing in the road crossing that they actually made to cross, so they can actually be safe. Yeah.
But some will argue that not only in Peckham, in London as a whole, there are so many accidents happening, especially with that has to do with cyclists, like children and old people. So what's your view on this regarding the city of London, their own role in ensuring that there is more education on road safety in London?
Yeah, I think they should actually like be teaching people like where to be working, where not to cross, where not to be working about. Because like in London, mostly in South East, like people are getting run down most of the time. So people should mostly be aware, and also the mayor should try and be doing something about that. Like they should actually put the limit down. Like I know the limit's already down, but maybe they should actually lower it more so then people can be more safe in their own country. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're not pointing fingers. We see young people, most times they don't go according to the road regulation. They just go across, they don't wait for red light. What message have you got for young people? watching this right now?
What I would actually tell them is they should always stay in the crossing and wait for green light. They should never cross before the green light. They should always try and cross where the green light is. So they put their own safety first. Like, it doesn't matter how hurry you are, how much in a rush you are, you should always try and wait for the green light before you cross. So then you can put your own safety first. That's my message. So they should be careful.
Mr. Bakar, can you tell viewers what do you think about the recent road accident that happened here?
First of all, it's a sad news. I'm also sorry to the family of the deceased. The problem here, as I can see, is precaution and safety rules that are not in place at the moment. I mean, Solo Council is trying its best, but they need to put more effort on these roads, and the road is too tighter. Yeah, they need to open it a bit. Too much of regulation is causing more problem. It's really sad news for someone to lose their life this way, you know. Secondly, big trucks must not be allowed in this center of Peckham, because the accident was done by a big truck. Yeah, so they should not allow this kind of trucks to go across these tight roads in Peckham. You understand? This is a city center. You understand? So it's very, very sad, you know.
So do you think there should be more education done on road safety, especially this road?
Yes, they have to do more education on road safety, which is, of course, necessary. But secondly, the council itself has to put better signs on the road to signify crossing and when people need to cross, especially old people. You understand? Young people can just brush around, but the old people, they find it difficult because the roads are too close, too tight. You understand? I don't see any reason why a truck like that, a big truck like that, should come to the center of Peckham. You understand? But all the same, it depends on the council. They need to do more.
Okay, well, now we can blame it on the council, but as well, we as citizens, we have responsibilities as well, because we see some citizens, they don't wait for the red light. They just walk across this side.
Yeah, that's exactly. As you know, our area, you know, our community, it's a different community. So we got a mentality where some of us, we are urgent. We just come and brush, we don't wait. But I don't go much to the people of Peckham. I think I have to relate my own answer to the council. They need to do more. You understand? The people, we all can. If you're in a rush, you just pass by. You want to go quick and there's no car coming, you just brush in. But which, of course, is wrong. That definitely is wrong. We have the citizens of Peckham have to do more. So because to endanger their own life, they have to become more. There must be more precaution taken by we the individuals in the community. You understand? Exactly. If you look here now, there is a light at the junction where this accident took place. It might be the woman was not waiting for the light. It might be she want to brush, that's what caused her death. You understand? But we advise citizens of this Peckham to be cautious of these lights because it's already been placed so that we can use it. It's a regulation that we must follow.
50-50. I think perhaps it's important now that parents take more control over the children, ensuring that they understand, and if they don't understand, to make sure, like I'm holding my granddaughter's hand, they keep hold of their children. Also, I think it's important because the roads that we have today were not built. They were built many years ago. The structure is probably wrong for modern life, but so you do get problems, and I like the idea that we're getting cycle lanes, but sometimes the cyclists are not. Somebody got knocked over and killed by a cyclist in Sydenham not long ago because they often don't take any notice of the traffic lights. So I think it's important, 50-50. We need to take more control ourselves. We're not a nanny state. We need very much to take control. And also we need the government to ensure children are taught in school about road safety, maybe taken out a class or a few children out of the class to be shown physically how to do it, because all this talking doesn't always work with children. You actually need to do something physically, show them.
What's your view on road safety in London?
My view on road safety in London, the roads are too small. They're too small. That's it. Like, people buy cars, they can't go anywhere. They have a fast car, he makes noise, he goes from there to here, that's all he's doing. People are just acting. People need to slow down and realize this ain't the country where the roads are massive, you get me? And that's just it. Be safe.
So do you think there should be more education with regards to road safety in London? Because every week we get cyclists, children and old people being killed.
You know what, yeah, I do hear that and I do understand that, but as an adult, yeah, everyone can look right and left, you get me? They know, basic instinct. you should know. Look, you get me? Obviously, if you don't look, you're gonna die. That's it.
I'm advising everybody, yes, my own people, let them don't cross the wrong side. Let them go to the traffic lights and cross, because I think it's the right thing. But to this woman now, I'm not there. I was not there, but people are telling me so much how it happens. So I'm sorry for her. I pity her because maybe she have kids, and now look at her today, she's gone, because I saw the picture. So I was crying. Yeah, I was crying that day. I said, hey, my God. I said, bless her where she is. Yes. I said, if she do wrong, forgive her. Yes.
Well, my view on road safety is getting more havoc. They keep breaking down the roads, blocking the roads, and making it inaccessible for even the drivers to get through. So it's difficult no one knows what to do anymore. It's not like before. And there's a lot of cycle lanes, and some of the cycle lanes aren't marked for the people to view where they're supposed to be and where they're not supposed to be. So that's what needs to be addressed. The cycle lanes.
Yeah, so do you think there should be more education on road safety done by City Council?
Yes, I do. I do believe they should be. Not only for the elderly, but for the young children as well that aren't aware of it.
So what's your message to people watching it right now concerning road safety? Because most times we see pedestrians, they just get across the road. They don't even wait for the green light to come on. They just go.
Well, I'd say wait and be patient, because there's no point killing yourself. I think the best thing to do nowadays is to wait and be patient and wait for that red before you walk.
Well, I personally think that with what happened on Friday was a really, really sad situation. But I think that the government needs to actually concentrate on this traffic light here, because the volume is really low. Sometimes even me, to do with me, sometimes I'm standing there, I don't even hear the volume. You know, some people don't know what time to cross. It's only like when you see the green man, that's when you follow along. And also by the time you're in the middle of the road, the green light changes. I just feel like the government needs to concentrate more on this and help the people basically to just make the roads more safe for us in general. That's my opinion on it. Well, just make sure you look properly before you cross the road, because something might happen to you, you know, and they will say it's not that person, the driver's fault, they will say it's your fault, you know. So for us in general, we just need to take precaution before stepping in the road.
Yeah, we're talking about the road safety in London. Well, the laws are in place as a matter of fact. But the issue is human beings will always be human beings. Like you can see, the society is a very, very multicultural society. Some people still come to England with the mentality they have in their different countries before coming here. And that cannot be easily washed away. But the issue here is that it's unfortunate that the roads in London or all parts of the UK is so narrow. And I think this should be improved upon. It's only in UK you can see roads are so narrow and even partitioned. In spite of the fact that it's so narrow, it's even still partitioned, that it becomes a situation of one struggling with the car, struggling with pedestrian, sometimes with the cyclist. The worst hit is even the cyclist. And this aspect must be taken very seriously.
So do you think there should be more education done with regarding cyclists, as you just emphasizing on them?
Yeah, surely, because we have a community police here, apart from the Metropolitan Police, who can actually go about distributing leaflets. I saw them doing that in Elephant and Castle some time ago, and they're doing it. So I think they should improve more on this enlightenment of the people by giving them education on leaflets, on radios and television. Then this will help people to be very conscious and know their rights on the roads.